something that's also very urgent, actually, in Ukraine right now. This is the massive environmental destruction that is ongoing there. This is known as ecocide. Russia is trying to turn Europe's most biodiverse country into Mordor. And this is actually important. It's urgent now because toxic water, toxic soil, toxic air makes large parts of Ukraine unlivable, not just now, but for many, many generations to come, possibly hundreds of years to come. The Ukrainian government is asking will ask the International Criminal Court, the ICC, to prosecute these acts of destruction against the environment as war crimes. And there's also a powerful movement calling on the signatories to the International Criminal Court to allow the criminal court to actually prosecute ecocide in and of its own right. Okay, so at the same time, and this is the main point here, at the same time, a group of filmmakers in Ukraine with support from teams here in Estonia and in the US are creating a series of documentaries, films, actually bringing attention to the human impact and the environmental impact of these acts of destruction. I'll play you now a trailer, and as you were warned, it can be a little triggering. I found myself, the reason I'm repeating this is I found after watching this myself just yesterday, after about the probably 20th time, it was still hitting me in the gut. So just be warned.
Russian occupiers have committed the biggest crime of ecocide on the Ukrainian land. They did it intentionally.
One thing is clear. This is another devastating consequence of the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
It's the first time in the human history when armed people occupied the nuclear station and started to provide blackmail in order to reach some goals. I do believe that we as a human being have to rethink our role in the planet. I think that we have to push international law into this direction as well. And that is why now environmental groups plus human rights groups in different countries put ecocide as an international crime.
We think it's possible that within the next year to a year and a half, we could actually see that formal proposal on the table, which would start the negotiations at the International Criminal Court.
We as a humankind equipped with the new technologies which provide us opportunities to restore what happened, to communicate with each other, to collect evidence, to identify perpetrators. I do believe that we have to do it for the existence of the whole planet.
So a round of applause for the filmmakers of Bona Inside Ecocide, some of whom are in the room here at the moment. So, normally when you make a documentary, and I can speak as an expert having spoken with some documentary filmmakers in the last couple of days, or the last week. Normally when they make a documentary, the idea is to create awareness and then use that as a tool to create change. What the Bona team are doing is trying to create the change as they create the documentaries. So these are being filmed at the moment in Ukraine. At the same time, they're forming a global movement, Bona Global, where we're already reaching out to actually get solutions and responses to the ecocide that's happening in Ukraine. So Vona Global is a community that engages directly with partners, practitioners who are already acting on the environmental destruction in Ukraine, identifying toxic soil, cleaning or purifying water, collecting the chain of evidence that can actually lead to prosecutions in the ICC. The way it works is, again, we go and collect specific challenges from our partners in Ukraine who are doing this work, because they can't do it all by themselves. We then share them with the global community who can actually repurpose their existing working solutions. So this isn't just about ideas about how we can help them. These are actually existing working solutions that get repurposed to these specific challenges in Ukraine. And then the challenges that are chosen by, the solutions that are chosen by our partners in Ukraine, we then help them find funding from donor agencies to get them implemented. So this is how the global community, including yourselves, can already help respond to this ecocide that's happening in Ukraine. So we launched the Cannes Film Festival last week with 20 solutions that were put on show there. In the next week, they're going to be shared with our partners in Ukraine. And again, those that are chosen will actually work to find funding for over the coming weeks and months. We're partnering with the Ukrainian government, NGOs in Ukraine, and we are very honored to have as our ambassadors Alexandra Matvichuk, who you saw here just now, who is the founder of the Nobel Peace Prize winning Civil Liberties Group in Ukraine, and our Prime Minister of Estonia, Kaja Kallas, in there. So the call to you guys is to join us. If you know people working on the ground in Ukraine, if you're working there yourself, provide us with the specific challenges you're struggling to fill at the moment that we might be able to help with. If you're a startup, if you're a technology company, you don't have to be a technology company. We're looking for nature-based solutions as well. So if you have these, propose them to us, let us know. And of course, if you're connected with the donor agencies, we'd love to hear from them what projects they're already funding that we can provide support for with solutions. You'll find us at Vona.global. Ignore the part about the hackathon. We've already gone past that. This is actually a much longer term play. The community is in Telegram at Vona UA Hack. And of course, follow the Stop Ecocide movement. Thank you and look forward to joining you there.